Welcome back to Therapy Designs. If you're new to this channel, my name is Kelly, and this channel is all about teaching you how to create print-on-demand designs that sell. And be sure to stay tuned till the end of the video because I have another 5 bonus niches for you. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to do something new and something I'm actually very excited about. I'm going to do an Etsy shop review for one of my viewers. I got an email from somebody asking if I could look at their Etsy shop and give them some pointers on what they could do to improve it. And I asked if I could make a video of it, and they said yes. And so here we are. By the way, if this is something that you're interested in, you can send me an email and I would be happy to do a review of your shop as well. So this shop here, this is Sandy Pineapple. This seller has been on Etsy, it looks like, for 9 years, so a long time on Etsy. And so they wanted me to sort of take a look and see what I could, tell them to do better or to improve. And so I'm just going to scroll down real quick and kind of take a quick look at their shop and what they have. And there are definitely some things that pop out to me pretty much right away as I start to look at this shop. So number one, and I'm just going to start kind of top to bottom. It's a cute banner. I love the name Sandy Pineapple. The banner does match the logo. I like it a lot. The S and the P here are a little hard to read because they're so thin and scrolly in terms of the font, and the shadow is offset to the point where it's a little bit tough to see. So you might not be able to read that perfectly as an S and P. I might think about just kind of changing that a little bit. Other things you can do with the banner is include things that you sell or put messages about, custom products or, any kind of product that you sell, or if you are running a sale, you can always use the banner for announcements too. So that's just something that you can include there. Otherwise, I do think that the banner looks great. The colors look great. I like the layout. I like the name. I like the fact that this matches. I just think that the S and the P is a little bit tough to read, and that you can always, again, use the banner to include maybe even pictures of your items or anything else like that. So as we start to scroll down, one of the things that I'm noticing is that they only have 25 products in their shop. So the entire shop only has 25 products, and there's really only one category right here listed as t-shirt, and there's only 4 products in the t-shirts. Well, obviously I can see that they have more than 4 t-shirts. So as it is, their one section isn't even full, and it doesn't look like they have a favorites section up top. So that's one thing that you can add, is your favorites section, so that you're showcasing your most popular designs or the designs that you think are best or best selling right at the top there. Another thing would be go ahead and add some more sections. So I can see you have shirts and sweatshirts. So I would have maybe a shirt section and a sweatshirt section. Or if you're doing it more holiday style, you could have like a Christmas section and, some other sections. So just consider adding more sections. It makes it easier for people to find things. And also you're going to need to add some more products because 25 is definitely not a lot. As I'm scrolling down here, I'm looking at some of the thumbnails. I can see the ones at the top are a little bit better than some of these ones down here. So it looks like we're trying to improve on the thumbnails, and I do like that. These thumbnails definitely aren't working for you because they're more vertically oriented, and what it's doing is it's cutting off the top of the shirt and leaving all of this blank space down here. And so that doesn't look super great, right? I can definitely see how we tried to fix that up here, make sure that the design is centered and that you're not losing the top of the shirt. And so that is a really good move kind of from this to this. But now with this one here, I can see that this one, the shirt is a little bit smaller. This one, the shirt is a little bit bigger. So again, they're not really uniform. I would try to make them as uniform as possible. I would also still try to make that shirt a little bit bigger so that you can really see the design, especially on this one. I can't really see the design too well. You want it to be really big and pop. And another comment I might make is that the shirts are off at a little bit more of an angle than I would like to see. It's okay to have things off at a little bit of an angle, but you still want them to be mostly vertically oriented because you want them to be easy to read. When people are scrolling through and they're just looking at thumbnails really quick, you want them to see your design pop really quick. So you want your design to be pretty much mostly upright. You want it to be really big in the page. And so this is definitely an improvement that I've noticed, but I still think that there's a little bit more work that we can do to make it a little bit bolder, a little bit more upright, maybe different colors. So right now, it looks like all of the shirts, except for like that one, are mostly all on white. Now, if your design is made specifically for white, that's one thing, but if your design looks good on other colors, you might consider using some other colors in your mock-ups too, so it doesn't just look like they're just a whole sea of white shirts there. I can see that you've played around a little bit with like adding free shipping for some of these and not adding free shipping and, you know, slightly different prices. So it looks like you're playing around with the prices, trying to see what works and what doesn't. You know, that's great. This might have been something that you were going to put on sale. So at 10% off, this looks like it would be about $19.99. So maybe these were priced so that they could go on sale every now and then. And that's great too, because running a sale is really good. Right now, it doesn't look like you're running a sale on anything. So that's another thing that individual person, could consider. Sweatshirt looks nice. So that's a nice layout there. This shirt, again, looks nice. I would make the shirt maybe a little bit bigger, so I'd still blow it up even bigger than that, but that looks nice. So some of these mock-ups are definitely an improvement over some of these other ones. The designs themselves, you know, they look good. And I can see we tried some front and back ones too. We have one blanket. The blanket here, you can't really see it very well. So if you're going to do a mock-up of a blanket, you want that blanket to be really big and faced forward so you can see what's on it. Right here, I can't really see the blanket, and it blends in so well with the mock-up that I can't even really see what's on it. It looks like you've got one really cool mock-up here, this Halloween mock-up, totally different from the other ones, lowest price. So this one looks kind of cool. And then you've got some baby onesies, and I can see what we did with the baby onesies there, and then another mock-up here. Okay, so I mean, the first thing is the mock-ups. That's what everybody's going to see right away. So we need to get these mock-ups looking a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and click on one of these listings and kind of go through that. So let's start with this one. And so it's a popular design style. The design looks really nice. Again, I think that this can be bigger. It needs to be more vertical, so we can still work on this mock-up a little bit. And I can see that you did it in different colors, and that's nice. So those are definitely improvements. But then as we come down, these are the basic mock-ups that you would get off of it's either Printful or Printify. So these ones, are not super great. These are the standard ones that you get with the print company. And then as we come down again, the standard ones that you get with the print company. And what I'm not seeing is a size guide. So somebody might not know what size shirt to order because there's no size guide to let them know how big or how small it's going to be. So that's one thing that you definitely want to include is a size guide in there. And I would consider, you know, changing these up so that you don't have the same mock-ups as everybody else who uses Printful or Printify or whichever print company this is coming from. Also, I can't tell what shirt brand this is. I'm guessing it's a Gildan 6400. There is no tag, so I don't know here. As I'm scrolling down, buy together, get free shipping. That's good. Obviously, there's no reviews for this item yet. That's fine. I'm going to go to item details here. We've got the basic details, looks fine. Product features, care instructions, the EU stuff, right? So that's all cool. Pretty basic details there. Scrolls down, you're going to get some of your other products here, and that's fine. What you're going to notice, though, if I continue to scroll all the way down, is there are recommendations that Etsy will give you that say you might also like, and then they're going to promote other people's stuff. And as I'm looking here, what I'm seeing is very similar designs right here. Now that lets me know that it is a popular design style, right? So other people are selling this style of design, and it's very similar here. It's a little bit different, but very, very similar designs. But we can see how these mock-ups are done. So these ones, it's very big. It's right in the center of the page. It's very easy to see. We've got different colors being showcased. And so that mock-up here is going to pop more than this mock-up here. So if I'm looking at both of those, this one just doesn't look as attractive compared to this other one that they might see down here. And so those are things to consider as well. Now, if I was to open up one of these, so let's just say I open up this one here. This one is popular, 14 in carts, right? So this one is 50% off, and this is a Comfort Colors shirt. So if they're actually selling it for that price, they'd be selling it for a loss right here. Now that could be, again, a marketing strategy that they're willing to sell it for a loss to get sales and to get reviews, and that's fine. Sometimes what I've seen is people will do this and you'll see 15.50 and you'll be like, wow, that's really good. But it's only for like the extra small kid size and only in white or something. So I can always go ahead and look at the sizes to see kind of what the actual range is. And I can see that the range actually looks, legit. There's no like sudden drop off. So just the different sizes, and those all look pretty legit there. And then the colors, again, basic. That looks pretty legit. So it looks like everything's selling for pretty close to like that $15.50, $18.50. So not a big jump to $21 for the largest size. And so that's legit. I've definitely seen ones where I open it up. The $15.50 is for a kid size in white. And then everything else is like $26 or something that's a lot more. I've also seen it done where maybe it's a really, really low price here, but then you get to the shipping and the shipping is really expensive. And they didn't do that. Their shipping is normal. So this is a legit price. They're just going to probably lose money on this. Or, yeah, not make any money on this for sure, but possibly even lose money on this. And that, again, might just be a strategy to get more sales initially and then to get good reviews initially, because they're kind of playing more of that long game. But back to the mock-up, what we can see on this one is the mock-up is big. The design is really big and it's upright and it's centered. So this mock-up is going to be a lot easier to look at and to read. We can also see that the mock-ups on the side, again, these are more original mock-ups. These aren't the ones that came with the print company, right? They have a mock-up here for different colors because they're offering it in a lot of different colors. They have a size chart. Size chart is very important here, what we can see. They also have a care instructions guide included in their cards, right? And that's cool. It's usually in the description too, but people don't always read the description. So having it in one of your cards is great. Same thing with some of the details here, that they've added some of the details to the card. Again, those you would find down in the description section, but unless you go down and look, people aren't usually reading that. And then again, they have a thank you card, which is always nice. And so those are some of the things that you would want to add in your listings. So when I go back to the other listings, this one, we see the shirts, but I don't see anything that's going to tell me what the fit is going to be, what the size is going to be. There's nothing about the care instructions there. And so you can just kind of see some of the cards that you could add to make it look a little bit better, a little bit more professional. Obviously, we do have the product features here and the care instructions here. You could go ahead and use that information and use it to make cards that you could put up here in your photos as well. And so that is something that you could add to really make that pop a little bit more. Going back to this person's, let's go ahead here because they have their description here. And so again, they have a welcome to Cozy Customs t-shirts. So they've got a little bit here about their shop in general, right? Including a how to place your order step by step. Browse our collection. So they're asking people to go ahead and look through their stuff, review the photos, select your size, pick your style, choose your color, double check your order, complete your purchase, right? So that's kind of a call to action here. Our shirts are crafted using DTF technique. Okay, cool. They're showing you exactly how they do it. Blend of 50% cotton, 50% polyester. Please note delivery time information. This is a big one. This one, I want to add this to mine, is it says Etsy provides an estimated delivery date, but keep in mind that this is just an estimate and delivery times vary based on factors like shipping delay, weather. I like that. That is a cool thing to add into there. They've also gone ahead and added their return policy in here too. And so that is cool. They just really want to make it super clear for all of their listings. So we accept returns only if the item is damaged upon arrival or the wrong item was sent, right? Exchanges, cancellations. So they have very clear stuff in here. And my guess is they just copy and paste this into every one of their listings. And so that is great. So you can go ahead and create a description like this where you've got all of your information in one place and then just copy and paste it into all of your listings. And so that is really good organized stuff, right? So I really do like that. Of course, I scroll down and I see a bunch of others of this duck style. So this duck style is obviously very popular. And what I'm seeing is a lot of people are selling the exact same design. Some of them little variations, right? But some of these are exactly the same, 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 right? Exactly the same. So obviously this is a design that they were able to buy and put up and use. I do like that you created your own version. So I do like that instead of using that exact same design, when you did yours, it's very similar style, but it's actually a little bit different. It is unique. It is your own. And so I do like that. And I applaud you for not just using the out of the box one, that you actually made your own. That is really cool. As I'm looking at the title here, Vintage Geese Ribbon Print T-shirt, 1980s style fashion tee, retro bird lover gift, soft cotton T-shirt, unisex top, coquet goose design. Okay, so it looks like that was probably something AI did, probably Printify, I would think. And that's cool. That's a good title. No problems with that. Again, pricing, that's a reasonable price right there. But it's really the mock-up the mock-ups that could definitely be better, adding in the size guides, kind of flushing out your description section, maybe adding some description cards in here. So those are all things that can make this really look a lot better and help you to compete with some of the other ones there. So again, anyways, back to the main shop here as I'm looking through here. So those were some of the t-shirts. I can take a look at the sweatshirt too, see if there's anything different on the sweatshirt page. Again, that's a decent mock-up right there. I like it's Christmassy. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Different colors. Okay. So here's what I see here. This one, it does add a size guide, but now you've got that exact size guide in here 3 times. So there's that exact size guide, and it's just repeated. So we have duplicate things here. So we don't need the duplicates. So we can get rid of 2 of these because we really only need 1 size guide. Another thing is you might invest in a size guide that looks a little nicer. So this is just the basic one, but you can invest in size guides for this. So for example, the Gildan 18500. So let's do this. Gildan 18500. Let's say size guide, size chart mockup. So if I was to search for that, you will see that there are ready to buy size guides that are already made. So like here's one. This has a video editing thing on it. Here's another size chart. That one's a video one. So you can buy some of these. Even this one looks really nice. So this has more of an Etsy style. And for $1.21, you can buy this size chart and you can use it in your listings. So I would encourage you to invest in some of the nicer looking stuff. You know, I know initially you might not want to invest a lot, but really just being like, okay, I'm going to spend 20 bucks and I'm going to buy a bunch of really professional looking mock-ups, and that can really make the difference in your sales. So I would say go ahead, buy some of these nicer mock-ups, maybe buy the video one, maybe buy something like that. Here's another size chart that looks nice. So yeah, some of these mock-ups are going to look a lot better. Same thing with the t-shirts, right? So I'm guessing what you had for your shirt there was the Gildan 6400 or 64,000 size chart mock-up. And so here we go, different size chart mock-ups that you guys could buy for the t-shirts. And so again, easy stuff. And there's also a bunch of, really good looking mock-ups that you could buy and that you can use. So I would encourage you to go ahead and invest in some better mock-ups. I do like that you tried to make your own, and that's cool. And that's absolutely okay. But I would still go ahead and say, why don't you try to invest in some other ones and make sure that, you don't necessarily use like that, because that just, could be better. It's not that that's bad, but you're also competing with other sellers who are going to have better mock-ups than you. So you need to make sure that your mock-ups are on the same level as theirs. And I think that that's one of the big things, is you have to be on the same level as other sellers because you're competing against them, because this design is being sold by other people. So if you want to sell this design, even though it's great, you're competing with these other sellers. And so that is something that you could consider. And so going back to the shop again, as I'm scrolling down, there's some, front and back shirts that I can see. I really, might want to redo all of these mock-ups. I can see these were done vertically like that. And obviously, when you see it, it's cut off, so it doesn't look as great. Yeah. I've got just the basic front and back. Again, that's just straight from the print company there. And here is a size chart here. The size chart looks a little bit better, but again, it doesn't scream Etsy. You can definitely add some branding, a branding card here, include your logo with like a thank you, and that's going to be something cool that you guys can add. This one looks like it's only available in the one color, so you might want to consider adding some more colors. This one just says men's short sleeve t-shirt customized services. Okay, so the title may be a little bit better. Ships from China. Okay. Free shipping on this one. Ships from China. Okay. So some of those could be better. Some things that I know that you can't necessarily control are some of the reviews that were there prior. So again, going back to the shop, it's unfortunate that the first couple of reviews that pop up are bad reviews. Now I see that these are from 2024, so they're old reviews, but it's unfortunate that you have a couple of bad reviews right at the beginning. And I know that there's a lot of good reviews after that. So again, it's really unfortunate that those are the top two that you see. Because again, that doesn't necessarily scream good customer service, especially, this one. This person's saying that they still didn't receive their items. This person said they asked for a refund. They just sent the item. So we want to talk about customer service. You definitely want to have top customer service. And even if that means losing money to keep the customers happy, I recommend doing that. If somebody asks for a refund, it is better to lose a couple bucks and give them the refund than to have them write a negative review that's going to kind of tarnish the shop, especially long term, because obviously we can see this was a while ago and it's still affecting you. It would have been better to give them a refund and have them not write a review than end up with a negative review. And so right now, there's nothing you can do about that other than hopefully get some sales and encourage people to leave a good review and start building up some good reviews. Take a look at the blanket here. Okay, so the very second one, you can actually see what the blanket looks like, but they won't ever get this far if they don't click on that image. And because they can't see what it is, they probably won't ever get that far. And here I just see velveteen microfiber blanket. So there's no description here at all about the blanket. So obviously you need to add some descriptors. Mock-ups are okay, basic mock-ups. I would say your biggest problem for this is just that in the main mock-up, you can't see what the image is. So it just looks like you put it up and then you didn't do anything with it. So the shop definitely needs some work, but you can get there. I would say go ahead, redo the mock-ups on all of the products you have, add some more sections, right? add some more products, right? Consider expanding out to some other products. Try running some sales. Try asking for some reviews so that we can start getting some positive reviews in here, because that's really going to help with this. If I was to jump over to my shop real quick, and I'm just going to jump over to mine. So here's my shop, Therapy Designs. So my banner, obviously it says Therapy Designs. I've got my logo, but I put right up here real big on my banner, message me for custom designs. So anybody who comes to my shop can see right away that I do custom designs. I put shirts, hats, hoodies, and more, let them know I sell lots of things. Come down here. Obviously, I'm a star seller. The star seller badge really helps because it builds trust. And so that is something that you definitely want to shoot for. And that's going to include having really good customer service. And then obviously sections. So I have a lot of different sections to make it easy for people to find stuff. I have a featured item section up here that I have shirts on. And so I have some of my top sellers up here, and I can always change this for any time of the year. So anything I want to promote, I can put in that featured items section. As I come down here, I've got it organized in a way to show off a bunch of different products as you scroll down. So I've got some of my button-ups up here that you can see. As I scroll down here, I've got some of the Christmas shirts. And again, for my mock-ups, I make sure that you can really see nice and big the design, and that it's upright so that you can see it and read it easily. I also include like the colors here. So if you're offering a lot of different colors, obviously black is pretty obvious, but some of those colors have weird names sometimes, and you want them to know what color they're getting. Like that one, red. Adding that just on there, adding the branding onto there so that they can see when they buy it that they're getting a Therapy Designs branded shirt. So that's helpful. I do have some of these things on sale right now for 25% off. These ones are on sale, $19.99. And then I've got a section where I'm showing just some personalized items so that they know I still do lots of personalized stuff. So the wooden sign, the personalized blanket, personalized plates, ornaments, journals. I got some candles, DPT stuff. Down here, I've got some pill cases that I have personalized. I go ahead and put personalized on it. I do sell some hats down here. I have lamps. Showing off just some of the lemon style stuff. And so I've got a lot of pages here of stuff. And so if anybody wanted to look through here, they'd go to the section that they wanted. But you kind of organize your shop that way to make it kind of clear for everybody. If we scroll down here to sort of the shop policies, right, you can have announcements. So I need to put up a new announcement because it's been a while, but at least it was from this year. And I announced that there's free shipping on orders of 35 or more in the US. And I put an announcement, message me for customer personalized gifts, so that's always good to kind of throw that in the announcement section. Obviously, you've got your review section. Can't really do much about that, but there's your review section. Again, I put that up there really big, free shipping on orders of 35 or more. I list the production partners that I use, shop policies, shipping, all of that stuff is down there. So anyways, that's how I have my shop organized, and I do have a lot of different things in my shop. So I would encourage you, go ahead, work on this, and then let me know once you've got it sort of the way that you want it, and I'll take a look at it again and tell you what I think has been improved, what looks good, and maybe what still needs some work. If you want me to take a look at your shop, and this is for any viewer, if you want me to take a look at your shop, go ahead and just email me. I have my email in the description under every video, so you guys can email me. I have contact information there, and I'd be happy to take a look at your shop and let you know what I think. I encourage you to, go to my channel and start scrolling through some of the videos. I have over 300 videos on my channel, and there's a good chance that if you have a question, I already have a video covering it. You just have to find it. Again, but you can always comment and leave a comment and ask me any questions that you want. I hope you guys are doing really well with your sales. I hope you guys are continuing to learn new skills, expand your portfolio, and continue to grow. This kind of stuff does not happen overnight, despite what some of the gurus would like you to think. It does take a long time to build this. Obviously, it takes a long time to build a shop. It takes a long time to build a portfolio. It takes a long time to build a client base and to build enough positive reviews. So This is a long-term process, and you do have to have some long-term strategies in place. So don't feel frustrated if you've been doing this for a few months and you haven't gotten where you want to be. Again, that is totally normal, despite what the gurus would have you think. So don't worry about that. By the way, if you are new to print on demand, I'm going to show you, since I'm already on my, where's my design, my shop? Since I'm already on my shop, I'm just going to go to digital section. I do have a master course here that I sell on my shop, and it's on sale for $20.99. So pretty cheap. And this course kind of covers everything that you need to know as a beginner. And so it is a downloadable PDF. It covers everything. There are clickable links within it. So there's 118 printer-friendly pages, 29 video links, links to 9 seller platforms, links to 12 print providers, links to 5 design platforms, links to 6 research platforms. I include 200 bonus evergreen seasonal niches, 250 specific holiday niches, and exclusive bonus videos on how to set up an Etsy shop from scratch. And all of that, again, for $20.99. So you don't have to go buy one of those $4,000 courses that you see. I really wanted it to be affordable for just about anybody, hopefully, to be able to do that. I have video links for all different kinds of products. I've got my bonus videos, which includes a Canva tutorial and linking production partners, organizing your shop, all of that. The Why Trust Me card, my video review card, my branding card. So all of those kinds of things that you can include here. It is a digital download. It includes 2 PDFs and a link to the videos here. And obviously I've got a nice long description down here so you guys can read through that and see if that is something that you're interested in. I do have a bunch of 5-star reviews on this course. So again, if you're new to print on demand, that is available for you guys. I also have it on Amazon as a book, as just a hard copy, well, it's not hardback, but it's a paperback book. If you prefer paperback books. Thing with that is it doesn't come with the videos, and the links are written out, so you would have to type them out. You can't click them. So I do recommend the digital version here, because it does have the clickable links, which is way easier than having to type in a bunch of links. But if you're somebody who's a little bit more old school and prefers just a paperback book, I do have a link to the Amazon listing for the paperback book version of this, and that'll look, like this paperback book. Again, because you were so patient, you did wait until the end of the video, I do have another 5 bonus niches for you. And because I have been going with the animal theme lately, these ones are going to be goat-themed niches. So without any more waiting, these are your 5 bonus niches. So niche number 1, bah, I'm a goat. Number 2, you scream, I scream, we all scream for no reason. And I thought that was hilarious. Number 3, my goat ate my homework. Number 4, I just really like goats. And number 5, I'm only talking to my goat today. And some of these obviously can be scaled out for other animals. I'm only talking to my blank today. It could be I'm only talking to my hamster today. Or I just really like goats. I just really like frogs, right? My goat ate my homework. My rat ate my homework. I mean, so some of these obviously are definitely scalable niches. Again, if you're on Amazon, I know this is kind of like 2 separate areas, where if you're on Amazon and you're in the tiered section, you might have thousands of slots to fill. You're not charged per listing, so you want to fill as many slots as you can. You're going to want to put up every design you can think of, multiple versions, really try to fill those slots. Versus if you're on Etsy, where you're being, charged for every listing and people are visiting your shop, you want to kind of pick the best of the best to showcase in your shop. So I know these kind of go a little bit more towards the Amazon. You can definitely use them for Etsy. I sell on both. So for me, I sell on Etsy and I sell on Amazon. So 2 totally different kinds of strategies and different kinds of designs. But still appropriate niches that you guys can play with. You can work on your design skills. You can have fun, hopefully, be creative. Anyways, if you have any questions, drop it in the comment section below. Otherwise, I hope to see you guys again. That's it for today's video. If you found that useful and would like to see more videos with helpful tips and tricks, be sure to hit like and subscribe. And turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of the weekly videos. As always, keep growing and stay creative. and we'll see you next time.